Good morning, YouTube. CompDude512 here with one of a few videos that I'm going to be having out in the next few days. This one just happens to be yet another donation from Traffic Light 1 on Flickr. And I'd like to thank him for his generosity. Let's go ahead and see what is inside this box. And here's what we had in that box from Traffic Light 1. As you can see, we have two Dual-Lite. I believe the model number on these is LMW40I-FX. And these two heads, Traffic Light 1 was nice enough to include. They were not attached to the unit when I took them out of the box, probably to keep that safe in shipping. So I went ahead and did that, and you see I have chosen to top mount these heads. This unit is going to be used as a replacement to the 6 ELM2P in my garage. This over here is a Lithonia ELU-2, and looking at the serial numbers, I think that unit is from 1989. I was originally going to use this in my garage, but I have other plans for this unit, and I'm going to go ahead and do that a little later on. But when we go ahead and look inside these Dual-Lite units, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to install these, and we'll see how they look once they get installed. And here's what these units look like on the inside before I close this back up, buckle it up, and put it into service. As you can see, we have little posts in there where the lamps connect to. There's two over here, two over there. Here's your negative battery terminal right here that I'm pointing to. Your positive battery terminal is going to be right here, this red plug. As you can see, we got a Spectron panel on the bottom, a line transformer, and the serial number and spec label. As you can see, this is an LMW40I-FX, and by the serial number, I do believe this unit was produced in 2011, so fairly new right here going into service. I'm going to go ahead and get this unit buckled back up, lights pointed and everything, and we'll see how much more light we get out of this unit. Well, here's how this unit looks after it's installed. Look at how much brightness I got out here now. I'm going to go ahead and back up. Talking about being lit up like Vegas, that's the analogy I like to use with these lights out here. There is plenty of light out here now. And that's just with one of those Dual-Lite LMW40I-FX units installed. Now, of course, the I suffix on these model numbers means it does have Spectron self-diagnostic testing, meaning it will test the battery at specified intervals, keep tabs on how the lamps are performing, and then notify building personnel of any action that needs to be taken on the unit via a panel on the bottom. And I don't know if we'll be able to see this with the lights off. Oh yeah, just fine. There's your Spectron panel on that. Of course, it's not illuminated at all right now because I'm running a test on this unit. And as I said before, it replaced a Lithonia 6 ELM2P, which was a 24-watt unit by itself. This is a 40-watt unit. So as you can see, we have so much more light coming off this unit, the 20-watt sealed beam halogen heads, than we did those, I believe, 12-watt apiece incandescent wedge-based bulbs. This is so bright my camera's having trouble adjusting to it. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of this Lithonia ELU-2 unit. Now, one of the things that I love about these units, that I've always loved since I first started seeing these growing up, is the vintage appearance of the outside housing. As you can tell, this has a wood grain accent. While it's not real wood, it's just a decal. This gives this a very retro look. I don't know as much history on the ELU-2 units as a lot of people might, or as Lithonia might be able to tell me, but I do know I saw these all throughout the 90s growing up. This unit has a serial number, as I said before, from 1989. So these were definitely an 80s unit. Now if we open this up and look inside, it is a very simple design. However, Lithonia got it right and put a line matching transformer on the inside, which you won't find on any of the cheap plastic Chinese units. And this, as you can tell, I'll go ahead and go here and pan over to the serial number label, the spec label. You can tell from the bottom that this was made in the USA. Now, something funny about Lithonia's serial numbers, this I do know about. Any products produced before 1999, they left the serial number, the decade designation, off of the serial number because the founders of that company thought that they would not make it to the year 2000. So they wouldn't need to put a decade indicator on these spec labels. Now, we can determine from looking at the spec label how I get to 1989 as opposed to something else, is that these units probably were not produced in the 70s. And this Lithonia logo right here is typical of an 80s Lithonia unit. This is in Helvetica, and the old Lithonia logo was not set in Helvetica, so that's how you can tell. So without the first decade number on this serial number, I can tell just by looking at the spec label and checking out the logo and everything on here that this unit was produced in 1989. Back over here to our board inside, the PCB. You know, a very simple unit. You can see where the lamp heads connect right here. They are soldered to the board. Battery leads are also soldered to the board. And if we close this unit back up and look at the heads, these are 6 volt, 8 watt sealed beam incandescent bulbs. Not halogen, incandescent. And these bulbs can connect through screw terminals or posts, but Lithonia has opted to use the post mounting method for these bulbs. These are Philips model 7613 lamps. They are, of course, 6 volt incandescent sealed beam lamps. Look, it even has time delay. That's nice. Well, that's all I have for you today about these units. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the section below. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.